Hi, I'm Tammy Fontana of All in the Family Counselling Centre Pte. Limited. Thank you for visiting this audio today. Are you somebody who is struggling with binge eating? And not necessarily from an eating disorder perspective of meeting the criteria for bulimia or anorexia, but rather you get overwhelmed by really strong feelings. Maybe you're feeling really anxious, you're procrastinating, and the only way that you can cope is to binge eat. You kind of consume huge quantity of foods to soothe yourself, distract yourself, or in some way to make yourself feel better. And this can be a really confusing feeling where you may not even be overweight, because then the binging will result in either you cut a lot of calories or you exercise a lot. But more importantly, are you finding that you have these overwhelming feelings coming from anxiety, that could be coming from relationship, it could be coming from workplace anxiety, but you struggle and you get into these places where you don't know how to cope, you feel overwhelmed, and you almost get blocked or crippled and you can't move on until you binge eat. This is often a common factor of not knowing how to regulate or self-soothe in the face of feelings coming from certain situations in life that produce really intense feelings. It's a common coping mechanism. It produces a lot of stress and anxiety in and of itself for people because it's not a nice sensation to have to go through and binge eat to cope with your feelings or to avoid dealing with anxiety. And the unfortunate thing is a lot of times people are in a procrastinating state or in an anxious state. They want to do something, they get blocked, they can't do anything, then they binge eat, which involves ordering stuff or going out and securing food, they eat, and then they fall asleep, and then they get on to whatever activity they were doing. Other times, certain situations can trigger you. Maybe you get overwhelmed, you had an interaction with an important person in your life, you get these feelings that maybe you don't understand, and the only thing you know to do is kind of gorge and binge and eat to make yourself feel better. So this is a really difficult state to find yourself in, and I have a lot of empathy for you on this. And you probably came across this because you're looking for some sort of help. This is one of the common things that through therapy and building a relationship with my clients, we help uncover some of the underlying thinking or beliefs that are being addressed, and then help people to learn new ways to deal with the feelings coming from situations. A lot of times people are looking for quick tips and tricks, but when you're at a stage like this, the unfortunate reality is there is no quick tip or trick. This behavior or this coping mechanism of eating to soothe or eating to avoid has often deep roots. And the way we have to go about fixing that is through understanding our thinking, our belief systems, and learning to reprocess our feelings, identify our feelings, reprocess them with new healthy code. And this is one of the things we do in therapy. So if this is something you're struggling with, this is something therapy can help you with, whether you work with me or another therapist. But just wanted to let you know that it is a common coping mechanism. It does have a lot of secondary problems. You can get, aside from weight gain, you can get high blood sugar, it can push you into diabetes, can create other gastric problems where people get really sick from eating so much that they can't go to work, or they get diarrhea or other digestive or gastrointestinal problems. So it may produce a lot of shame to reach out to somebody and let the therapist know that you're dealing with this, but just know that it's something that is not unusual. A lot of people deal with it, and something that we can help you with. So if you want help, you can visit my website, allinthefamilycounseling.com, or contact me through WhatsApp at country code 6590307239. I work with clients all around the world, and looking forward to starting a journey with you if you want to explore how to address your feelings, your anxiety, and your eating as a way of coping with them. Thanks.